Hey y'all, it's Natalie and I'm here for a cherry on top. It's time for the Design Team Monthly YouTube Hop. And today we are making fall or Halloween layouts. And I decided to try to kind of like stretch my supplies. So I have this rainbow floral washi, stencil, stamp, and die set. Okay, so these are investments. And so my thought to you is like, you want to use your investment, right? Well, why not, instead of just using traditional floral colors, maybe incorporate holiday colors into the stencils and the stamps, right? So I'm going to use the Rainbow Floral Collection Suite to create like Halloween flowers, and y'all, they turn out so good. I'm so excited about these. Ignore this because I want to do the leaves first. The stencils are numbered 1 through 4, so this is the first one and it's leaves. And I realized I don't want orange. I want to do this light gray. So I start with the lighter colors on the bottom and then the darker colors layer on top. So the leaves, the lighter color is going to be the gray color, and then I'm going to layer black on top. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 stencil sets just because I knew that I wanted a lot of different ephemera pieces. I'm just rubbing my Catherine Pooler stencil brushes kind of in every direction. I'll do counterclockwise circles and clockwise circles, and then I'll kind of come up from the top and from the bottom just to make sure that I'm kind of getting the ink in all directions. And you can see like there's different shades of gray in there, and to me that doesn't really matter. I like the variety actually. So here's the second stencil, and it's the flower, or like, I think it's a rose. It's definitely a rose for sure. So I'm going in with the carved pumpkin, the lighter color orange here. And again, I'm not doing a super heavy hand. You could get a pretty dark color here if you went in with a really heavy hand, refilled your stencil brush with ink fairly often, but I just kind of have variegated colors. I'm not super picky about how I do it. This is the third set, and it's the like detail of the rose, and I'm gonna go in with the crackling campfire like burnt orange color, and that looks really nice above the light orange. And so yeah, pretty much if you buy the washi and the die, you're gonna need the stamp, because once the washi runs out, then the die is kind of useless to you, right? So like I said, once you buy all of these separate items, they're pretty much a pretty big investment. And so you want to get your money's worth out of them. Now, I really think the black added a lot once I went in with that 4th stencil, the last one. But wait, there's more. I promise. It gets so exciting. I'm really liking the way that looks. It's very nice, very soft. The colors, it's distressed oxides all except that last black are distressed oxides. So they have a soft finish, a very chalky, nice finish. However, I'm going to do some heat embossing with the stamp with that Black Twinkle Wow Embossing Powder. And it's really going to just give the detail that really makes this pop. And it is so gorgeous. So if I had any complaints about these types of stamps that Pink Fresh sells, is that they're large. They're a little too large for my liking. So much in fact, they don't fit on my stamping platform. So I'm using a stamping platform from a Tim Holtz stamp that I got, or a stamping block, I'm sorry. And then I'm separately stamping them because I just don't have a block that's big enough to fit everything. And I might actually end up cutting the stamp. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that. But look at all that detail that the heat embossing in the stamp gives. And you could just stamp it in, like black ink or any color really, and you would get the same level of detail, but I just really like the sparkle, of course. And I'm gonna give you like a close-up comparison here in a second of the difference between the two. So you could for sure just do the stenciling look and die cut that, but really the detail that the stamp provides, oh, so gorgeous. Isn't that so beautiful? So if you are investing in these and you don't want to cut your stamp up, I would say you just need either a 12 by 12 stamping platform or a really big stamping block, okay? Because these are really big, and I'll even show you here in a second. When I die cut it, I even have to kind of cockeye it on my die cut pad because it's such a large die, okay? That's my only complaint. That and because they don't like fit in with the other stamps and like storage very well because they're probably about 10 inches tall. Anyway, would I buy another one though? Yeah, absolutely I would. They're so gorgeous. It's worth it. It's worth the little hacks that I have to figure out to get it to stamp well. I do wish that I had a bigger stamping platform because doing the heat embossing, I would like to give it 2 rounds of stamp pressure with the embossing, but I'm not going to do that only by hand because I would mess it up. I would double stamp it and make it not look good. So anyway, it just gets 1 round of the embossing ink and that's fine. And it's gorgeous. As you can see here, I'm super thrilled with it. And honestly, they turned out almost better than I could have hoped for. Last year, I wish I had it around. I don't even know what happened to it. I think I put it in my October daily, but last year I used a Christmas tree stamp from Pink Fresh Studio and I actually did Halloween colors on that and kind of created like a Halloween tree and I turned the ornaments into little skulls. So I just would love to encourage you to think outside the box when it comes to your supplies. Your supplies like that are not super thematic. Well, I mean, I guess a Christmas tree stamp is a little thematic, but things like this, like your florals and stuff, think outside the box, try different and unique color collections or that you would not normally think of, and like, you know, yeah, black and orange for Halloween. I encourage you. So there, I ran it through my die cut machine and die cut them all out, which is super nice that they have those. Yeah, super beautiful. Look at all that glitter and shine. I'm super happy with it. So there's like the original washi that it comes with, or that you separately buy, I guess, but that it's intended for. And then that's just the difference of like the stamped image and stenciled image that I made. Super in love with how this looks. So now let's make a layout with it. So I have these 2 pictures, one of me with like a silly Snapchat filter and one of my evening activities after all the trick-or-treating was done. I was relaxing in the hot tub and I had the purple lights on for Halloween. And so I decided that I wanted to do some purple in the background to bring in the color from the page and the embellishments to match the photos, right? So I'm just going to use the one clean brush that I had left. I need to invest in like enough that I have enough for every color, but I'm just going to lightly add in some purple under each photo as like an anchor. And just do a nice soft oval shape under each photo. Going down here a little bit more, and that is poison. What is it called? It's a distress oxide as well, right? No, not anything to do with poison. It's called wilted violet. So then I grabbed this Tim Holtz stencil, and it's like a break with broken glass, and I'm making sure to avoid the edges because I don't want any of those harsh straight edges from the edge of the stencil. But I'm just gonna kind of go in with a little bit of a heavier hand on top of the same ink blending and add in some darker color purple of that stencil, and it gives it a really nice spooky look. And you're not going to see a ton of it, but you will see a little bit of it just peeking around from each of the photos and their clusters, and it gives a nice, it brings cohesion to the page with the photos in the background. So now I'm just adding a little bit of splatter in the same color, and then I'm going to go in with some black splatter as well. Sorry if you hear any weird noises. That's just Belle. She wanted some pets. My cute little mini golden doodle. She loves attention. So I just checked, and as of the time I'm recording this video, there are still all of these items in the store. So there is the stencil set, the stamp set, the washi set, and the die cut. So now I'm just going to try to figure out how I would like to use the die cuts around the photos. One of these days, I want to not be lazy when I come to printing my photos and do a circular photo to kind of fit in the wreath. That would be really nice, huh? And don't be surprised if you see me doing another holiday layout, like maybe a Thanksgiving layout or a Christmas layout with the same suite of products, because I just love the way that you can kind of mix and match the colors and make it really festive to your holiday, but it's still the same gorgeous rainbow floral die. It's not so rainbow, but it's the floral dye that I really like. I backed both of the photos in black cardstock, and I'm going to pop them up on foam dots. I don't know if I've done that yet. I'm figuring out how I would like to put down the wreath, and I'm actually going to end up cutting it and kind of making it peek out from behind the photo. I'll take this chance to let you know that this is a hop. If you'd like to hop around and leave comments on all the design team's videos, then you will be entered for a chance to win a $15 gift card or store credit to a cherry on top. And that's really fun and a generous gift, and good luck on that. Like I said, all these products are still available, so that could help you put a little dent in purchasing those if you're interested. And yeah, everybody has a lot of gorgeous inspiration, fall inspiration for us today. And you can also check it out on the Cherry on Top blog. I'll link down below. I'll also put my affiliate link in if you would like to go shopping. Yeah, so I'm just going to tuck that in on that side. Like I said, I popped it up on foam dots, so it tucks really nicely underneath. I'm going to use my Nuvo adhesive to stick everything down. Trying to figure out what to do with that other part of the wreath, but I don't think, actually I will use it. I'll cut a little bit more out of it. So I grabbed like a sticker sheet from my stash. It's from Echo Park, and it has this cute Halloween. I was going to make a different title. I was going to say, the perfect Halloween doesn't exist, ... you know, kind of like the internet meme. But I decided to change it, or really I decided to just like keep it simple, because this title fit really nicely in the middle, and if I was going to do kind of that longer title, I was risking kind of junking it up in the middle and making it too busy. So I kept it simple, right? Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Practice that. Yep, and so I'm just tucking in some of the ephemera, and I'm like folding up the edges a little bit so it's nice and 3D. Obviously, I love dimension since using that foam, so I like to put some down on the page and some popped up above the photos. So that gives lots of good interest and texture to the page. And I'm really loving the way that that purple goes with the other Halloween colors on the page. I recently posted a Halloween layout using lime green with black and orange, and now I'm loving the purple with the black and orange as well. So we're just going to finish sticking down the die cuts, and then we're just going to add in a few additional stickers as embellishment. What are we doing? Oh, I wanted to add a little something because it was a little boring at the top and the bottom of the page, since the color didn't go all the way there. So I wanted to do some pattern paper back there. And I wanted to really do like something different for Halloween, you know, like, but I ended up going with the simple black and white stripe, which seems to be my go-to for Halloween. But honestly, I just love it. I just love that little pop of black and white. It really reminds me of like Beetlejuice. And so go with what you know sometimes. Like if that's what I like, then that's what I like. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just added a little strip at the top. I just cut a little bit of the white cardstock off, just a super tiny, like 1/8 of an inch, and just added the stripe at the top and the bottom for a little interest. And that's all I needed. And I love that little bit of interest that it added. So now I go into my stash again. I have a couple little chipboard pieces by Simple Stories. And there's that little like skull with a bow, and then the little black and white spider. And then I'm going to add in black and white bats. I didn't want to add in any additional color, okay? Well, minus the little pink bow that's on the skeleton, but one could argue that pink and purple are kind of similar. So I didn't want to add in any additional colors. That's why I stuck with just the simple black and white there. So I also grabbed the flat back jewels by Pink Fresh Studio. And so on that sticker sheet, there were a few little like purple flowers. So I added those in because that's not adding any additional color. They're just kind of sticking with the purple theme. And then the flat back jewels I use are like a lavender purple color. I like them because they really pick up the colors. So they are lavender, but they kind of lean towards the darker purple when they're put up next to it. So yeah, that's it. That's my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you're inspired to stretch your stash, use your products. Make sure you get the most out of those investments that you spend your hard-earned money on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the links down below and hop along for a chance to win. Bye, y'all.